Hello everybody and welcome to Wonderfully Hopeless Colors. Today we are going to work in Johanna Basford's Magical Jungle, and we're going to work on this page, which is one of the pages I want to complete for September. So I found this picture on Pinterest, and that is what I'm going to use to pick my color palette. So I'm using my Prisma Colors today, and so for the red I have pomegranate, magenta, and raspberry. So like that order. So raspberry, pomegranate, and magenta for my red. And then might help. For the brownie color, we have beige putty, which was the closest. And then we have beige sienna for my shadow and seashell pink for my highlight. So there's those. And then for the two greens, they're pretty close, or they're pretty similar. So we have olive green and Kelly green, and then we go into sap green light and pale sage. So that's for my two greens. And then we have pumpkin orange, mineral orange, and cadmium orange hue for my oranges. So that's the colors I'm going to use. I will probably add colors for the hippo because I might be able to use that, but hippos are not really that color, so I think I'm going to end up having to pull in the colors for the hippo. But the hippo is probably not the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to work on the florals first, and then I'll pull in for the water and the hippo. So I suppose the first thing I should do is sharpen my pencil. I probably should have done that before I started the video, but I forgot. So I'm sorry. So I hope everybody is having a great day. And it broke. Darn it. Alright. I chewed that pencil up pretty fast. So it is a Wednesday here. We are thankfully halfway through the work week. And that is always a good thing. I know everybody usually feels the same way. Alright. Let's see, what do we have? Well, we kind of have these lily pad shapes here, and that's kind of what they remind me of, as lily pads. And then we have some other florally shapes. I think I'm going to start with the grassy shapes and see how far we get on this side. Alright. So we're going to start with the lightest color, which is the sap green light. I don't need to hold all the pencils. They can sit on the desk. And we're going to go in here, and we're going to hopefully color the next blade a little lighter than that. That was a little too much pressure. Oopsie. So I hope everybody had a good holiday weekend. and maybe got some crafting done. I was under the weather, so I did not get nearly as much done as I had hoped. So this weekend I have quite a bit of house chores and, you know, adulting to do. When I get this video done, I need to, alright, now I'm going to go in and put my shadows in with the olive green. I need to work on my college class. I need to do one more quiz this week to stay where I want to stay on track at, so I need to get that done. So that needs to get done, and today is a good day to do it. My husband is at D&D, so the house is quiet. The dogs are sleeping, so it is a good day to get that done. So I am going to work on that, hopefully get it done, because that'll make my life easier. Now I'm going to go in with the Kelly green and blend that dark color out a little bit. So that's kind of my plan, but I kind of like to, when he's doing things like D&D, I like to take a little time to do some self-care, because he tends to forget that I have a stressful job and a stressful life, and I need, for my own mental health and sanity, to make sure I am getting downtime. And he just, I don't think he does it on, I know he doesn't do it on purpose, but he reminds me about all the things I need to do. And it's like, dude, I love you, but I don't need a reminder of all the work I have. I am well aware of all the crap on my list. Unless you're gonna take some of it off my list, quit reminding me about it. And like I said, I don't think he does, I know he doesn't do it on purpose. It's just his personality, my personality, his disease, a combination of things. Okay, I am pretty happy with that. That's a good start. Alright, I'm gonna come back in here and add a little bit more. And then I think get all the weird color off my blender. And I'm just using the Prisma blender today. I'm not pulling out my Caran d'Ache. At least not for this. I like these because the Prismas, because I can put a sharp point when I'm trying to blend something. Not that it needs a lot of blending, but it's a little bit easier to smooth out the tips of these leaves without getting them too dark, which I have a tendency to apply too much pressure. So we're gonna go with the colorless blender instead of my normal put too much pressure and then it doesn't look the way I want it to look. Alright, Now, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I think I want to go with these, but I actually think I want them slightly darker than the grass. All right, let's just, I might have to pull in another color for shadow. We're just gonna see how this goes. Can I do this with one color? Because I really want this to be darker. I don't have a problem pulling out other colors, but sometimes less is more. And I'm really trying to practice technique. And so if I can do it with less is more, that's usually beneficial. And I currently have the Patience and Brain Space, which I don't always have to practice technique, and sometimes I just want to color and I want to not worry about it. And I mean, don't get me wrong, this is coloring. At the end of the day, as long as you're happy with how your page looks, that's all that's important. The whole point of adult coloring is to relax and take care of your own mental health. And this is probably the one craft I can say I don't get stressed out trying to be as good as everybody else. Probably because I've been coloring for relaxation for 30 years. Oh Lord, it's been more than that now. I keep forgetting how old I am. That's probably for the best, but I tend to think that as long as I'm happy, what does it matter what everybody else thinks? I love looking at everybody's pictures, but I don't feel particularly stressed to color as well as everybody else does. You know, I just appreciate everybody's coloring and go, wow, that's pretty. And wow, that's cool. And can I do it? And if I can't, that's really cool. I wish I could do it. It's a little less stressful for me. Cross stitch, I'm always, oh, I'm not as fast as everybody else. I wish I was. And I know that's not fair because I don't have the time. The same with knitting. Every time I do a knit along, I feel so demoralized. It's like I can never keep up. It doesn't matter how much I try, I can't keep up. That's a lot of knitting to get done in a week for those, and I work. And it feels like everybody who makes YouTube videos on crafting has magical amounts of time that I just don't have. All right, now I'm going to come in with Kelly Green, and we're going to see how this works. I am not 100% sure. I'm probably going to go over this with the olive green again because I want it darker. But we're gonna see what happens. So yeah, I find it very freeing that this is the craft that, nope, I can just appreciate what everybody does and I don't get fussed about it. I enjoy what I'm doing and I don't take it too seriously, and that's probably really good for me because, you know, it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be enjoyable, and it's supposed to be relaxing. And if it is not those things, you need to just remember it's a hobby. And it's art. And art is different for everybody. And that's my dog whining. And I'm pretty sure that all he wants is a treat. However, I'm going to finish using this pencil, and then I'm going to pause the video and go open the door for him so he can then bark at me and tell me he wants a treat, because he's an ornery little stinker. But my husband loves him, and he's not a terrible dog. He's just ornery, and he doesn't like waiting, but he can wait. All right, I will pause and be back. And I'm back, and I was right. I opened the door, he whined at me, and stood next to the TREAT jar, and was none too happy when I wouldn't give him one. So, I suspected that was the case. And now he's laying here pouting, but that's okay. Alright, I just want that darker, so we're going to have to... Alright, that's a whole heck of a lot editing, because now the camera battery died. Alright, so Prussian green. Add a little bit more shadow. And darken these leaves up. Because these, and this is where I spend too much time in a classroom. These leaves really remind me of like a pothos leaf. So they're going to be shiny. They're going to be dark and shiny. So, not shiny, glossy. So they're going to be dark and glossy. I don't quite have the skill at the whole effect of making them look glossy, although I do know if I burnish them I can get them pretty close. But that's kind of the look I'm going for. I know what I'm looking for, but can I accomplish the look I'm wanting? Yeah, we'll see. Can I at least get close? Probably. Again, every time I do this type of coloring, I just hear Bob Ross in my head. Happy little leaves. Happy accidents. Alright, let's come back in. Just a bit more and get that stem. And then I think I'm going to come in with the blender. And I think this time I'm going to use the Caran d'Ache, because I have both sitting here. And these are a little bit bigger surface area. I don't know that I really needed to use the blender, but don't know if I don't try, if I don't play with it. That's kind of, I don't try and do new things, you don't learn. And it is a teacher. I'm always a big fan of trying new things. That's one of my things, is just try. What's the worst that's going to happen? Failure is just a process of learning. If you're not failing, you're not learning. So, failure's not a bad thing in my world. All right, I'm actually really happy with that. Sweet. All right. Let's look at the next grouping of leaves. All right, so we have these three right here, which give me more like a monstera almost, but not quite. So, and it's my leaf, so I can color it the way I want. I'm going to come in here, and I think I'm going to take, we're going to go bold. What can I say? We're going to put some orange in these wedges. I could do red, and that would work as well. But I'm feeling the orange vibe today, probably because it's, you know, getting close to fall. But anyway, for me, I am thinking the leaves that have color on them, and probably because I'm staring at a jungle picture, there are plants that attract hummingbirds. And the flowers are under the leaves, and the flowers are very small. And the plant uses the bright colors on the leaves to attract the birds. So, science lesson for the day. There are leaves. Now, the leaves that I'm thinking about have red splotches, because red's what attracts birds. But again, it's my leaf, and I am feeling more autumnal vibes. So, and that leaf, which no spots, is on the same branch, so apparently it's the same color, so with no splotches. Poor leaf, it's defective. It has a mutation. Or it is a new leaf and it hasn't developed its color splotches yet. That's an even better idea. I'm going to start teaching science while I color. That might be slightly terrifying for everybody. Nobody wants to listen to me wax poetic about science. Not that I do a lot of waxing poetic, but I have been known on certain science topics to get very passionate. There are a few that pseudoscience being one. I try and make sure my students understand the difference between science and pseudoscience. And I don't tell you what you can and can't believe, but I will tell you what is fact and what is not fact. And all I can hope, and now the other dog is up. I think she just wants pets though. You have to learn how to differentiate and make judgments based on the information you have. Do you need to go outside, Lex? Does Lexi need to go outside? Do you need to go outside? Can you make up your mind? Do you need to go outside? All right, I'm going to pause again to let the other dog out. All right, the dogs have been kicked outside, and we'll see how long it lasts before they start barking to be let back in. And there's Lexi already scratching at the door. However, I'm not just going to let her back in. She was outside for not even a minute. So, and now the bird is going to start squawking. So, I'm probably going to attempt to finish these leaves, and then I think I'm going to have to call it a night because the zoo is revolting. And it is very, very hard to ignore the skipper. The dogs found something to bark at, so they are fine. Skipper, on the other hand, is much more insistent when he wants attention, as I am sure you can hear. And nobody wants to listen to that for prolonged periods of time. So, I am going to finish my leaves. And I'm actually going to darken that purple up. Yeah, he's really not happy now. I don't know what he's upset about. And Lexi's done barking and wants back in. My zoo is so much fun, let me tell you. And they're all gonna wait a minute. None of them are dying. They are all spoiled rotten and pretty much get whatever they want. Let's go back here and yeah, there we go. Okay. Unfortunately, a little bit of a short video this time. However, the zoo just is not going to cooperate tonight. So, we will pick this up the next time. I hope everybody enjoyed and has a great night. I will talk to you later. Bye now.